Don't forget, subscribe, like, share.
Burma coup resistance notes December 8, 2022. Ethnic regions. More information is out about the battle in Pakant township of Kachin State on December 6. As reported yesterday, 80 junta troops had kidnapped 30 civilians in Maden Yang village to use as human shields and porters, herding them into a monastery, but then the Kachin army and allied PDFs attacked and freed the hostages. The latest report says at least 30 junta troops were killed and 20 wounded, and the minority of survivors retreated. That's when the air strikes were called in, killing some civilians in nearby villages, but Kachin forces took control of most of Hpakant while junta troops withdrew, but the troops kidnapped 20 civilians as they were leaving. People are fleeing wildly, villages to towns, town residents to villages, etc. Fighting is also heating up in northeast Kachin State, where the ethnic Kachin army (MNDAA) recently repulsed a large junta advance. Civilians are fleeing the Kachin area in anticipation of a renewed junta attack. The Kachin enclave is ruled militarily by the Burma junta, but with a strong Kachin army fighting for autonomy, and the local economy is heavily integrated with China, just across the border. Also in northern Kachin State, junta forces attacked a camp of the ethnic Tarang army (TNLA) in Banlan village of Namsan township yesterday. The fighting was reported to be fierce, with 5 junta attack helicopters dropping troops by air and mortars shot from Namsan town. The fighting continued today, with no outcome to report yet. Jets are bombing, which usually happens when the junta suffers ground losses. More is also known now about the December 4 attack on the junta police barracks in Mongmagan, on the coast near Dawei in Bait Tavoy district of Korthu Lake Tananthari region on Burmese maps. 7 local PDFs coordinated to attack the police barracks and a Payu Sorhati terrorist camp in nearby Karanji village. They also prepared an ambush on the road from Dawei where they knew junta reinforcements would arrive, and blew up 3 trucks when they came. In all, about 40 junta troops and Payu Sorhati were killed, and 5 PDF fighters were wounded. The Karen army blew up a junta supply truck in Thapye Kone village of Duplaya district of Korthu Lake Kachin State township on Burmese maps yesterday, leading to a firefight. Results are not reported. In Hpakant State, junta mortar and small arms fire were heard again in Minbya township, 10 days after the start of a ceasefire between the Hpakant army and the junta. This ceasefire has been tense since it began, with the potential for renewed fighting at any time, with increased intensity due to the junta's restocking of its positions with ammunition, troops, and supplies. Junta Scorched Earth Village Terrorism Campaign. Troops invaded and burned Leland Village in Pork Township, Magway region last night. In Tants Township of Zagaring region, junta terrorist gangs have burned 4 villages in the past week. These are Kamphiu, Wetdo, Putti, and Thagaungji. These villages are near the border with Kantbalu Township, which has also been devastated by junta terrorist attacks on civilian communities. Over 2,500 homes have been destroyed since the February 2021 coup d'état. In Hati Charing Township of Zagaring region, troops are burning Pork Kone village today. People's Defense Forces PDFs. PDFs attacked 150 junta Payu Sorhati terrorists who came to steal timber from public lands in Kantbalu Township today. Hearing that they would do this, the PDFs planted concealed bombs, and blew up the enemy's vehicles as they arrived. 2 vehicles were destroyed and the 3 others fled. 2 vehicles were required to evacuate the wounded and the dead bodies. A video has emerged of a junta truck in flames after being blown up by PDFs in Pakoku Township on December 5. 4 junta troops were killed including 2 officers. Urban warfare. An alliance of urban PDFs detonated a bomb last night inside the Mingaladan Township police station in Yangon, seriously injuring at least 1 junta policeman. These junta police kidnap citizens for ransom and extort money from travelers and checkpoints. Mingaladan is the same township near the airport where the junta has expelled 50,000 homeowners from 5 neighborhoods and is bulldozing them. Also in Mingaladan Township of Yangon, a road checkpoint was bombed by another urban PDF today, killing a policeman and wounding several others. Political and economic. Proposed legislation in the USA contains tough language and concrete policy actions against Burma's illegal military regime, and in support of the National Unity Government, PDFs, and refugees. It stops short, however, of providing the thing most needed, military assistance to the armed resistance in order to end the war. The National Defense Act is likely to be passed and signed into law by President Biden. Thai police and troops yesterday arrested 18 Burma citizens during a raid at the Burma Spring Center, a charity that provides support for people displaced by the Burma Civil War. They were held all day and released later. Switzerland is hosting a UN conference on development cooperation in Geneva, and it has disinvited junta representatives. It still has not recognized Burma's national unity government, however, so the country will not have a presence at the conference, unlike almost every other country in the world.
Don't forget subscribe, like, share.